Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day today. So, have you ever wondered why Nintendo doesn't compete with Microsoft or with Sony? It's interesting, right? Well, the reason is because they're not really a competition for Sony or Microsoft. In other words, Sony and Microsoft, they want the best quality, the best graphics for their user base, right? Well, Nintendo has always done kind of their own thing. And a good example of that is with the Nintendo 3DS, right? You had 3D type of graphics coming live into the system, and it was great. It was new, it was different, and that's the whole point. Nintendo just wants to be different. They don't want to be like Sony. They don't want to be like Microsoft. And that's the reason they never compete with them. And when you think about that, it makes sense, right? Because they never release when Sony's going to do a release, a new console release, or when Microsoft is going to do a new console release. And they never do those releases at the same time. And that's the reason why, because they're not competitors. Check out this article here that says Sony and Microsoft are not our competitors, says Nintendo executive. And this was from October 2018. He says here, my competitive set is much bigger than my direct competitors in Sony and Microsoft. And basically he goes on to say here that, Microsoft and Sony are not really his competitors. They're more interested in the minute by minute competition, right? So trying to get users to be entertained with the time that they have in the system. So if they decide to take out maybe an hour, 2 hours to play their Switches or their Wii, they want their users to have fun playing that. Or maybe if they got some free time in the day, they want their users to go back to playing the console. So that's what Nintendo wants to do. That's why they don't release with Sony or Microsoft. It's a whole different ball game for them. They're doing their own thing. Maybe the graphics are not the best, you could say, but the games are great, and they keep making those games more and more, and the games keep getting interesting, and people buy them. People love it. So yeah, and another thing, I believe it's actually smart of Nintendo to not release with Microsoft or with Sony, because think about it. You have two consoles coming out in November, right? The parents are gonna go buy their kids the consoles, and now they're gonna have to decide, should I get an Xbox Series S? Should I get a PS5? So now Microsoft is losing some customers, Sony's gonna lose some customer. Imagine now if Nintendo had released their new generation console, whatever it's gonna be, at the same time as Microsoft and Sony. Then parents will be like, okay, what do you want? You want a Nintendo, you want an Xbox, and you want a PlayStation. So just waiting maybe a year and a half, 2 years, and then releasing their consoles, it's way better because there's no competition when they release, right? I remember the Nintendo Switch got released in 2017, if I'm correct, and the Xbox One got released, I believe, in 2013. So a couple years later, Nintendo released their new console, and people loved it. It was great. They had no competition. So when the parents went to get a console, the only thing that was new, that was exciting, was the Nintendo Switch in 2017. Imagine if Nintendo would have released it in 2013. It would have been a totally different story. So yeah, I think it's very smart for Nintendo to just do their own thing, release it when they want to release it, and not compete with Sony or Microsoft. And it's going very well for them. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And you could check out my other videos as well. I'm sure you'll really like them. Alright, stay safe out there, guys. Bye.